What up, what up, what up, y'all? It's your boy Bald Head. I'm in here thinking and contemplating. It's another episode of Before the Mic. Got to drop this one in the car because I'm taking care of some business. And I got time. So, today, I'll tell y'all about, well, this is going to be a 2 to 3, maybe 4-part series of me and 79th and Paxton, East Side. So, I got a cousin I used to hang with. He's a Stone. It ain't no secret, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of family members, the Stones, a couple family members of Vice Lords. And you know, we hung together because we was family. We hung together because we was always on the same stuff. Whether it was from getting money to just hanging out to having fun, riding on Stony Island. A lot of people a lot of these cats don't know, but they should in Chicago. At one time or another, in the summer, Stony Island was the lick. The whole Stony Island from, at one point in time, it was from 79th, also South Chicago, and to 87th Street. Stony was popping. Stony was popping for a lot of reasons. Stony used to be popping because all the hotels was on Stony Island. There's a lot of clubs on Stony Island. It was in the 80s and the 90s, Stony Island was the place to be. Outside of being in a club, be outside. Shout out to Ray McCoy, Lisa Ray daddy. He used to own a bunch of hotels up and down Stony Island. Also owned Sweet Georgia Brown. Just shout out because I always had respect for dude. He was getting money. And he was a stand-up, type of cat. But 79th and Paxton for me at the time, it was a Burger King over there. And I had a lot of situations and adventures over there on that corner. Me and my cousin I was talking about, we used to slang up out of that Burger King. To the point where we was getting so much money and we was always right there that they called us the Burger King Boys. It was only me and my one cousin. It was other cats that hung around us, but they didn't have the same type of, I guess you say, the same type of instinct that we had. You know what I'm saying? We used to get it in. 79th Packs used to get it in, used to get it cracking. So what went down was one summer, I'll never forget, and we were still riding bikes. Going back to the bike thing. We standing on 80th and Paxton, and we rolling, kicking it, talking crazy. We in the middle of the street. You know how you be standing up on a bike talking to somebody, a dude shot past me. And, well, shot past us, but almost hit me. In this little bitty Chevette. Now, I'm looking in this car, it's packed with niggas. And I'm mad, because he almost ran me over. And I'm mad because of the fact that, at that time, we was them guys right there. We was getting money right there. We would pop them things. We didn't give a damn. So what happened was, I had to be about 18. You know what? I don't even think I had like 16 or 17. Yeah, I was 16 or 17. Yep. So I I'm already on the bike. This nigga almost ran us over. We shoot down there. And because we see the car stop. I'm sorry. And please forgive me if I'm distracted, but I'm sitting in a parking lot. I'm cool where I'm at. I'm just, I always look around. So we see the car stop at the corner. He pull over. It's a phone booth on 79th and Paxton. It's directly across the street from the Burger King. Now this phone booth plays a very intricate part in another story that I'll be telling y'all about 79th and Paxton. We shoot down on our bikes. We teamed up. I pull up on the bike first and get off my bike and walk over there to dude. He done got on the phone. I said, hey, man, you know you almost ran me over, man. You almost ran me over in this little raggedy-ass car. Dude turned around and look at me and say, little boy, you better go ahead on before I slap you. I said, you gon' slap who? Let me tell y'all something, man. When I said it, I stepped to him. That man had one hand on the phone and the other hand went across my face ever so fast, so quick. I bagged up. He slapped me off my balance. I ain't even gonna lie. He slapped the balance off me. I look back where my boys was. They was sitting on their bikes already, but they was turned around like to go. I said, because see what happened was, we didn't know who this dude was at the time. But when I got up there, my cousin kept saying, hey, wait. I was mad. I wasn't finna wait. They knew who he was. They knew what type of nigga he was. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. That man smacked me so quick and so hard, I thought about, what the fuck? You ever had a grown man smack you and you a teenager? You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of them slaps like if your granddaddy give you, your daddy give you, not the ones your mama give you, but it's your granddaddy or your daddy slap with the fact that he don't know who you is, like he slapped you like he don't know you. Hey, man. He said, now what you gonna do? That's what sparked everything. When he said, now what you gonna do? I got back on my bike, shot on that bike. My partners, they come riding with me like, man, what you gonna do? Man, I went and got the hammer. I ain't gonna lie. I went and got the hammer. And I went back there just as fast as I went there. He said, because it wasn't nothing but like up the block. He's still on the phone trying to talk to. And then I hear him say, this little Mark gonna come back like he owns something. He said, man, I'm finna have to slap him again. I knew in my life one thing, that if that man had slapped me again, I was probably gonna be knocked out. Because the first slap still felt like he was slapping me from when I rolled down there to go get the hammer to come back. When I tell y'all, it was so much anger. And the fact that he said he's gonna slap me again, I said, you gonna slap who? He went to raise his hand, foul. He said, this nigga done shot me. Now mind you, it was two dudes in the car with him. I'm looking at them like, yeah, what? One of them, I can't remember his name, he said, man, I don't know why he did that, man. He crazy, man. And looked out the window like, and they boy already, he trying to run. He didn't got hit in the leg and something. Because I didn't have intentions on killing him. I just wanted his pain to be the same as my pain was. Because it was some pain to get slapped by a grown man. Boy, I gets on my bike, I rise off. I hop in a livery cab. Livery cabs in Chicago were the Uber of back in the day. Because you would call a livery cab and it's this lady. And I swear to God, that lady still works at it right now to this day. I'm 50-something years old. You would pick up the phone. Hello, delivery cab. Where are you at? What do you have on? And all of that. Your ETA will be 23 minutes. Be standing outside. Red cab, delivery cab. We're on 79th and Paxton and blah. That's how the lady talked. Delivery cab pick me up. I shoot. I go over my girlfriend house. My girlfriend at the time, her name was Bridget Baylor. Her mama Sandra and Pops was the coolest people in the world. They hid me out over there because I didn't know I done shot the neighborhood shooter. I ain't gonna say the brother name because he's, as through the years, time had went away. You know, time passed by. I saw him twice after that. The first time that I saw him after the initial shooting, first everybody in the neighborhood was telling me, don't come back around here. And I found out later on, they was telling him, y'all the same people. It's just that he was older than me. So he had been doing the things that I had been doing. He had just came on from the joint. Time had went by, and I got locked up in the county for traffic. It was so crazy. It was like, I never did have no license back then. I ain't even had no ID back then, but I had cars. So I get in the car, and I got pulled over. They locked me up. It was a warrant for me for driving before. They locked me up. I go into the county, right? I go into the county. Man, what you riding? When you in the Cook County Jail in Chicago, ain't nothing to play with. If you ain't hooked up, you ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't one of these. You ain't affiliated. You ain't connected. You're going to have some problems coming in on the neutron side. So what happened was, when I get in there, man, what you ride? What you up under? Gangsta Disciple, man. Why, what up? You know, you got to spit lit and all that. I spit lit to him and everything. They say, dude who running the deck gonna holler at you in a minute. All right. Why? I'm waiting for dude. Couple cats in there knew me. I'm waiting for dude. Man, why? Dude who running the deck is the dude that I shot and hadn't seen in 2-3 years. You talking about, I seen this man, and in jail, ain't nowhere to run, ain't nowhere to hide, ain't nowhere to play. By the time, from the time I had shot him to this time when I was in the county, I done heard so many stories about this nigga. The stories I heard about him were nothing but treacherous, nothing to be playing with. But that's funny that I'm telling this story and the police went past like that. Anyway, so he see me. I know he know who I am. But either in my mind, this man was being real calm, because you're going to have somebody do something to me in there. But we in the same mob, though. So it would have been brought up in a certain way. Or either he just didn't remember, but I knew he remembered. Because when he seen me, he said, yeah, what up? Nothing? Nothing. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. People could tell you something about somebody to terrify you about a person. I was young. They were saying he was an OG of me. He was the OG type of dude that I used to be, and he had made it to be that far. So maybe in his mind, he was kind of scared too. But wasn't no guns in there. He was old and he was bigger. Man, I got on the phone. First chance I get on the phone, I called my sister Jill. I said, come get me. Because something going to happen if I don't get up out of here by the night. Jill had already been down there getting my barber in the county. It takes so long for them to get you out. You gotta wait a whole day to get up out of the county. Man, look, I got up out of there. Before I left, though, He was standing by the door on the phone. Everything flashed back in my head. I ain't got no gun. This bigger. Been in here. He running the deck. He looked at me. He told whoever he was talking to on the phone, he's like, hold on. You be safe out there on them streets, boy. I see you. I'm going to see you again. And I left up out of there. Now, mind you, years and years and years and years done went by. At this time, I'm going with this girl named Jackie. Rest in peace to Jackie Harbin. Black. Me and Black go to the club. I really wasn't at this time, I kind of had started winding down about the club. But she wanted to go to a club for something. Somebody's birthday or something. We go to the club, we hanging out. They got security in there. I'm chilling. I look across the room. I see somebody staring at me. Now, back then, matter of fact, back then, let me tell y'all, when I did all of the shooting of it, I had butters, had finger waves, skinny, all of that. Dudes see me again, know what I'm saying? I done came home from the pen in Minnesota. I'm a little swole. No butter though. Man, when I tell y'all, this dude seen me and I seen him, he walked towards me, and I was with my girl. He walked up on me and my girl. He said, I knew who he was when I seen him. He said, let me introduce myself to my lady. And he said, he already know me. He said, do you know who you with? She said, yeah, I'm with Baldhead. It's my man. Ooh. Hey, man. He said, yeah. Did he tell you he shot me some years ago? Shot me twice. She looked at me and looked at him. She didn't realize. She was like, whoa, hold on, what's going on? Is it about to be a situation? He said, I learned something that day. He said, I learned don't get to talk crazy to these young niggas. And I said, right after he said it, I learned something that day. Don't talk crazy to a grown man. They got because you might get a strong hand. We laughed about it. And he told me, he's like, boy, I heard about you. I was hearing about you before. He said, I heard about you and your cousin before I got out the joint. He said, I heard about the Burger King boys. Because back in the day, and I'm going to tell y'all another story in another episode, the Burger King boys used to verse the Essex Posse. Essex Fights, Essex Nights, epic story. The Burger King boys versus the Essex Posse. Essex Posse was the street, 79th for Essex. It had a conglomerate of dudes down there. They used to get at it with me and my cousin all the time. But to make a long story short, the brother that I shot later on in life, he passed away, but we was cool. We turned out to be real cool. And he got older and got a level head. That day, I learned a lot. I learned about respect that day, streetwise. And I also learned to be careful with who you dealing with and who you meet. You never know what somebody going through. And that was on both sides. But that was my story, my truth. Another episode of Before the Mic. So make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all share, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.